Okay. All right. Is this working? All right, this is gonna be interesting because I'm going to attempt to stream some of this editing here, which means I'm about to have a shit ton of windows open as I need to film some stuff in Elden Ring as well. So I'm gonna have to jumble my way through these tabs. Ah, boy. Okay, well, we'll keep chat here. I'm gonna open up the YouTube chat on this tablet, so I have this. We might lose this chat window here. There's a chance that it happens. Let me. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna open up Twitch on this phone. Yeah, we're opening Twitch up here, and then I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna open up YouTube here. See if this works well enough. What's going on, Lady J? Hello, you are here. You're my test subject, kind of. I just did my whole opening spiel. I'm gonna attempt to edit while streaming, which I have done plenty of times, but never for Elden Ring. So, is there a way I can pop out this live chat? I don't know. Sounds perfect. The only problem is I have a bunch of tabs and windows that I will need to keep track of here. I will make my presence known online here, but I'm going to close out the Discord. Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to try to stay productive today. We're going to try to stay productive tonight. I have been editing this video a shit ton of times over the many days recently, so I figured I could use a little spice in my life and let's do it a little bit on stream. I wish I knew a way to make this chat box bigger on my tablet, but I don't. Do not indeed. Boy. Okay, this is gonna take some shuffling around because I'm gonna have to hide my face and the chat when I'm recording some stuff in the game. All right, it'll be fun. Okay, first things first. Step one. I have my mods over here. I'm on my modded file, so I got some mods and stuff over here hanging around. So these are the tools I use to record stuff in Elden Ring. Step one, we're gonna take my most recent recordings. We're going to plop them into the Elden folder, my capstone video folder. We're going to plop those, boom, right in there. This is going to be 13. This is going to be story introduction, the story section, the introduction to the story section, just to confirm. I have story, then Radon. I don't know what this middle one is.
Now this is where my relationship with Elden Ring gets a little bit
So that's my story one. What's this one?
And I spent the next hours playing out my Hunter fantasy.
No, I already forgot. I'm missing a whole major section. There are 3 sections that I have recorded, scripted out, and recorded today. This one is environmental storytelling, as it's a segue from talking about environmental storytelling. This one should be a fun one to edit. It'll be a nice little montage of sorts. So this one is the story. We'll call this 14 story introduction. This is just talking about the story as a whole here. And then this last one, this is a case study on Radon. Radon story. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today. That is the plan. That is the play. Don't worry, Kev. I'll keep you company. Good. You know, I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to attempt to... If I am slow to respond to you... By the way, this is a perfect time to get cozy yourself and do the work that you need to do or whatever. At 8:51 p.m. Canon time. I'm going to close out my chat box here. Because this is taking up space. if you imagine on my second monitor, this is what I have on my second monitor right now. I have this, I have this, I have this, I also have this, and I would have some other stream stuff, but I'm choosing to keep it off. And this is a smaller monitor too, smaller resolution, so I'm gonna hide this chat. I just see Keyline, but I have my Twitch chat up right here, and I have YouTube chat right here. I have Twitch chat on my phone, YouTube on my tablet, so I'm gonna train myself to look over there. I'm gonna close this out so I have more workspace. That is the plan. This is my camera mod. I'm gonna pop this. This is the extra window. We have another window that I'm gonna keep up here. I'll be doing some stuff on this over here on the side. Very good. I'll show you guys what I mean when I get to there. Keylime says, not now. I can't open your... Shoot. What is that? Imager. What is this an imager of? Okay. Do I need to open this real quick? Let's see what the imager says. She will be hearing from me tonight. I got that dog in me. Costco hot dog. Still $1.50. I think it was like $1.50 the last time I was at Costco as well. You're still at work? It's 10:51. Well, you know, that's late. We can work together. Let me... Oh boy. I effed up something there. Well, let me get my tracker going. We stopped around... Let's call it that. Okay, let me get this going again. Boom, boom, bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, the Mesmer fight is in the second Shadow of the Erdtree video. I have a whole section on Mesmer, actually. Because Mesmer, we decided to try to learn that that fight as best as possible. Anyway, hope you're doing well, Keylime. Yeah, there's a whole Mesmer section in there. There's a big Mesmer section, actually. Well, you know, sizable enough. Keylime, I made a S plus Uma today. I was like, let me make Taiki, let me make a CM Taiki, and I did my first run and it turned into an S plus, so I was like, I'm good. Yeah, the Mesmer fight is chilling over here.
Coming into Shadow of the Erdtree with his goals. Revenge. Big boy! Ham!
It's over here.
Hold on. Oh.
Lots of Mesmer.
Yeah. However, okay, Mikola.
I already... 10 minutes of Mesmer.
Alright, we got... My bad. So what happened?
10 minutes of Mesmer. You haven't made an S before? I have a couple S's. It's all just like wit and speed builds for the most part. It's all good. The videos are there if you would like to see them. They are there. Okay. All right, guys. We're gonna be moving into the next little section here. This is my recording. I actually do things a bit differently. When I record my voiceover, I record it through OBS. I take a video while I record because OBS has my mic filters that I like. So I just leave it like that.
So color me.
So we're gonna, the first thing that I'm going to do is take this section, I'm gonna cut it up and get everything the way I want it to be. When you're underground in the train. Yeah, no worries, they're all there, they're all there, they're all there.
So color me not surprised when I discovered that Elden Ring's verticality doesn't just apply to castles and dungeons.
Yes.
It applies to the open world itself, because hidden across
Just
of the open world And there's plenty of other areas that bring their own uniqueness into consideration. So color me not surprised when I discovered that Elden Ring's verticality doesn't just apply to castles and dungeons. It applies to the open world itself.
We're gonna go 6 there. Okay. Also, it's raining in... Okay, so you might be... I can hear it. You guys might not be able to hear it. This is my Kev was filming save file, separate from my main file here. Here I have all the I have all the emotes unlocked here. I just ran a mod that like gave me all of this. But this is what I used to film. I'm gonna hide in here so there's less ambient noise for now, and this little Kev will come out when it's time to film some stuff. But let's lay the track down.
It applies to the open world itself because hidden.
Let me bring this up a little bit too, like that. Okay.
Hidden across the lands between are a shit ton of underground.
We're gonna go 7. Decided over here. 7 decibel gain volume. Okay, very good.
Level design, everything I love, specifically the other area into consideration.
Okay.
Not surprised when I discovered that Elden Ring's verticality doesn't just apply to castles and dungeons. It applies to the open world.
A little bit of space here. So this is like the first step. I'm laying down my recording. First, it's gonna move around and stuff, but I'm just cutting it up and taking my best takes and removing any blank space that I don't need.
It applies to the open world itself. Because hidden across the lands between are a shit ton of underground zones and secret areas.
So this section we're just talking about world design and how the areas are part of the story. They help to tell the story. You kind of like, if you pay attention, you kind of need to pay attention if you want to kind of get what's going on in the story.
With, you guessed it, more vertical space.
That's the last time I bring up verticality, I swear.
More vertical space. More vertical space. Filled with, you guessed it, more vertical space. More vertical space. More vertical space.
Let's go with the third take. We're gonna go with the third take there.
You guessed it, more vertical space.
We're gonna bring this a little closer.
More vertical space.
Okay, alright, here we go.
After finishing Liurnia, I thought my next stop was going to be Caelid. Then I found this random ass elevator, and I spent the next hours playing out my Hunter x Hunter fantasies fighting big ass ants in this underground realm.
Okay.
But regardless if an area is above or below ground, what I enjoy about Elden Ring's zones is their ability to establish tone and tell stories without saying much at all. Environmental storytelling is essential for a game like this because Elden Ring isn't gonna give you long exposition or clear explanations.
Sometimes I will manually adjust the volume of certain sections here.
Long exposition or
kind of just looking at the waveforms, you know. I can kind of tell when something needs a slight boost.
Or clear explanations. Instead,
yeah, that's the first thing I thought of when I went into that well, the Einsel River. There's a big ass ants down there.
Instead, the world itself becomes the narrator. Caelid is a...
Okay, so here is kind of where the montage begins, right about here. I'm just gonna mark this for now. Okay, we're gonna lay this
great
down.
Example. It's a harsh land scarred by rot, and for myself,
I heard good things about Resident Evil.
One of the more difficult and intimidating areas
the new one.
I traversed through.
The new one, that is. I heard good things about the new one.
The remnants of a great war traversed through. The remnants of a great war long past are scattered everywhere. Fiery ruins, pools of the remnants of a great war long past are scattered everywhere. Fiery ruins, pools of scarlet rot, swords and standards embedded into the earth. and soldiers who still wander the wasteland succumb to the very rot they unleashed. In a frigid land where a mighty flame lies dormant, the mountain tops of the giants is strewn with large, frozen corpses.
Yeah, like I said, if I ever play Resident Evil for the first time, I'm gonna play it in VR, so it's gonna be a while till I have it set up. Ready to go for that.
The aftermath of a war waged in the name of power and dominance.
But yeah, I heard I heard people were liking it. They were enjoying it. I know the Resident Evil games are like relatively like they're like short games, right? They're just really like, you know, immersive, short kind of games. Maybe that's one of the reasons I never really played it or got into them. But
Before understanding the
I also don't play a lot of like horror games. I guess it's kind of horror thriller, right?
full history, you can feel that this and dominance. Even before understanding the full history, you can feel that this place was once the stage for something pivotal for this timeline.
Give this us 1 decibel bump right there.
Lanedale, the enormous capital for all that was once good and gold. Golden architecture towering above empty streets.
Have you been playing it in VR? Is it scary?
Towering above empty streets. Evidence of immense power and wealth. And without a soul in sight, a kingdom frozen in the shadow of its former glory. I still felt the magnificence here, the height of the Golden Order's power, the height of the
The heist.
magnificence.
That's a retake.
I still felt the magnificence here, the height of the Golden Order's power. The eternal cities are another standout, just beautiful looking architecture hidden deep beneath the world. Ancient ruins under a sky that shouldn't exist. Ancient ruins deep beneath the world. Ancient ruins under a sky that shouldn't exist. An eerie beauty and another.
That's a retake, I already can tell. I know I did a double take here because if I look at these waveforms right here, part of it's memory. I still kind of remember what I did, but the waveforms here are the exact same as the waveforms here. I know I did a second take, so.
And another reminder that there were those who.
Yep.
Another reminder that there were those who oppose the greater will.
This is another retake right here.
Then you have these smaller pockets of land.
No, I don't. That's not a retake. I lied. We're gonna do this one.
Exist. An eerie.
What's going on, Max? Hello, hello, hello. Very immersive, creepy, definitely creepy, especially playing Resident Evil 7. Is that the welcome to the family, son one? Welcome in, Max. By the way, can I just say on my tablet right here that I'm using for stream chat, I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to show you guys this. Oh, you guys can't. Oh, if I put my hand over here, will it? Anyway, that little heart button that you guys press is blocking part of the chat. I can't read. Well, I can still read it, but it's makes it a lot more of an endeavor. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way I can expand this out. Yeah, welcome in, Max. I'm just doing some Elden edits. We're just getting cozy. We're just chilling.
An eerie beauty and another reminder that there were those who oppose the greater will.
Just clocked out. Super blessed to work at this ministry. You enjoy it. Dude, that's the best kind of work. If you can find something that doesn't feel like work, you know, to various extents, then yeah, I definitely
will. Then you have
it's definitely something I learned to appreciate as I got later in life, you know.
Smaller pockets of land that seemingly exist despite the
All right, we're almost done cutting this
of
up.
the lands between.
We're almost done cutting this up.
Jarburg is a quiet little jar village hidden away in the cliffs. one of the few peaceful places that can be found in this world. A direct contrast to the melancholy that Elden Ring exudes, which makes it even harder to stomach the idea that even a place like this will eventually succumb to misfortune.
I changed this to can succumb to misfortune. Might succumb to misfortune. Pretty sure.
Exudes, which makes it even harder to stomach the idea that even a place like this might eventually succumb to misfortune. Makes it even harder to eventually succumb to misfortune. The DLC.
Alright, this is the last little section here, and then we're gonna get to editing this part.
Misfortune. The DLC, the Shadow Realm as a whole, is one giant canvas painted with scorch marks and soot.
Soot!
Soot.
Soot! If anyone ever records yourself, if you ever record yourself or something, I guarantee the first time you listen to your recorder, you're gonna be like, I sound like that?
And soot. The evidence of Mesmer's fiery crusade and the aftermath that has left the horn scent reduced to nothing.
Everyone does it. First time they hear themselves, they're like, that's me? I sound like that?
Mesmer's
I sound weird.
fiery crusade and the Mesmer's fiery crusade and the aftermath horn scent reduced to nothing. Perhaps the spark that started it all can be found in these two locations, Shaman Village.
No, H2O, you sound weird.
To nothing. And perhaps the spark
You're
that
weird.
started it all can be found in these two locations. Shaman Village, a serene and idyllic settlement hinted to be Marika's childhood home.
You spent 3 hours on the clock playing Magic the Gathering. You know, I had a friend who used to always joke about this, but you know, it started becoming one of my mantras where he would say, boss makes $1, I make a dime, that's why I poop on company time. Because every time I took a shit at work, I'd be like, yes, this is good. I'm doing a good thing right now.
Bonnie Village, a place where the horse
Alright, we're gonna... Oh, that's a 7 already, huh?
childhood home. And Bonnie Village. Bonnie Village. A place where the horn scent carried out the ritual practice of stuffing shamans into jars.
You say that when you hear yourself on video? Yeah, if you haven't heard yourself before, it's definitely a shock. It's just like, you know, it's different hearing yourself. We hear ourselves, but it's like... It's coming from here, right? It's not the same.
Childhood home. And Bonnie Village, a place where the horn scent carried out the ritual practice of stuffing shamans into jars.
Shaman.
Shaman in
Shaman. Is it the plural of shaman is still shaman?
shaman into jars.
So, you know, this is just nitpicking.
Shamans into shamans into shamans.
Shaman. So we'll just cut that part out and fade that out a little bit.
Shaman.
So now it just sounds like shaman.
Being shaman into jars.
Boom! Look at that editing right there. Probably doesn't matter.
Contrast between these two villages begins to hint at the deeper reason behind Marika's vengeance in the Shadow Realm. There are way too many areas I could cover here, but these are some of the reasons why it all started to click for me. There are way too many
We're gonna do this one because I put a little more energy into this take, it sounds like.
in the Shadow Realm. There are way
You know, I do that too when I'm recording these. Sometimes I'll do extra takes because I'm like, was I enunciating correctly? Did I put enough energy into it? You know what I mean? You can definitely tell. If you listen close enough, you could definitely tell. Like, I 100% can notice it because it's my voice. But you can definitely tell where it's like, Kev did a new recording here, maybe on a different day, because there's like, you know, a difference in the voice. Like, it just, The way I speak sounds a little bit different
the
sometimes.
Shadow Realm. There are way too many areas that I could cover here, but these are some of the reasons why it all started to click for me.
Yeah, the H2O is a singer. So
To
H2O,
click for me.
if you're singing, you better get very comfortable with your voice real quick,
I love
right?
when these environments become more than just an area to pass through. Because Elden Ring's story isn't something the game simply tells you. It's something that you have to
I fumbled my words there.
Because Elden Ring's story isn't because Elden Ring's story through. Because Elden Ring's story isn't something the game simply tells you. It's something you have to uncover.
I'll reduce the gap there a little bit. Okay. Still using purple power in the editing. Just little tricks and stuff, huh? There, I don't use it very often, but there are times where like I'll record something and then as I'm editing it, I'm like, okay, the way I said these words like felt weird, like or felt wrong, or like it'd be better if this word came before this word, or if I, and I'll like stitch it together and try to make it sound good. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Okay, that was step one. I laid down my recording to edit over the recording. What's the next step? The next step, and I believe might be one of the more important steps. You might not think it is. I'll tell you this much. If you look at anyone's editing timeline, whether they're making a YouTube video or a TV show or a movie or something, you might think, okay, well, everything up here is like all the, we might be running into some lag here, by the way. This is a hefty program under hefty load. Okay, everything up top, all this blue that you see up here, these are my videos, right? These are my video assets. You might think, oh, if you're making a video or a YouTube video or a movie or a TV show or whatever, yeah, you're probably gonna have a lot of video assets on the top, right? On the contrary, that might not quite be the case because one, you can nest or compound video assets together. Same thing you could do with audio assets. To keep things tidy, but my point being is that sound makes the video and the movie and the TV show. Imagine watching your favorite movie and it didn't have, sound effects and the background music and whatever the hell else is going on, right? Sound is very important. So my next step here is typically picking out a background. Now, not every scene or whatever has to have like a background track, but for the purposes of this video style, I'm going to use background music. The background music will determine the energy of what is to come next. Now, this whole section here is supposed to be talking about the world and the environment and how Elden Ring tells stories through the world environment. So I would like to pick... you can make it fit in multiple ways, but I'm keeping that in mind when I pick my music selection. Okay. What's going on, Zach? You editing a supercut video or a summary of your experience and thoughts? I am editing my capstone video of Elden Ring, talking about my thoughts on the game. And it all centers around the difficulty of Elden Ring and how, for me, the difficulty of Elden Ring became like the journey that I embraced. There's difficulty in the combat, there's difficulty in the progression and the level designs, and there's difficulty in the story, right? Just consuming the story is a difficult task in and of itself. But if you're a certain type of gamer who is down to embrace that, there's a lot that you can get out of this, pretty much. No worries, Nama. I feel most people here are probably just here for Elden Ring, which is fine, because what will happen is, we'll move on to a different game, and then we'll meet more people, and then some people will only be there for that game, and then we'll go to a different one. But then there will still be some folks who, like H2O. H2O is a prime example. For some reason, H2O is still here after like 4 years or some shit. No matter what game I play, H2O is always here to tell me, Kev, you sound weird. It's about, well, we meet interesting people along the journey, but I am thankful for everyone who was here for that journey at that moment in time. It all matters. Movies without sound were a success in the olden times. That is true, I suppose, yeah. Oh yeah, H2O is here to tell me that I have double audio. Okay. I will be pulling up right here, right now, right here, right now. Isn't that like a Naruto thing? I'm gonna throw this over here. This is everything happens here. This is where the magic happens. I'm going to pull up my Resolve assets. This is my folder of royalty-free music from YouTube and Epidemic Sound that I will pull from. I'm going to go into the Epidemic Sound library. I have folders and folders and folders. I'll open up my audio bin here because a lot of these I already have pulled. I'm gonna bring that up a little bit there. Okay. Where's my text above your head? Oh, it's because I don't have this bitch open right now. Okay, type something now. Feel like my computer's about to freeze? Okay, it didn't freeze. I wish I could read Nama's... That heart that you guys can click, I'm gonna press it right now as well. I'm pressing the heart button. Dude, this thing is blocking the chat. How do you guys see the most recent message with that thing blocking the chat? I suppose it's not blocking it depending on what format you're watching on. If it's something painful or morbid. Or enjoyable. Yeah, I think anything can become enjoyable, you know, with the right attitude. I think Elden Ring or Expedition 33 will be quite enjoyable. Turn the screen sideways. The screen is already horizontally oriented, but I can turn it vertically. You know what? I'm gonna keep this vertical, I think. Yeah, I can see more of the chat this way. Now, I can't lean it. It's just gonna... Oh boy, okay. You know what? I think that's the play, though. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna lean it like that. Wow. That was genius. Now I have my tablet vertically. You guys can't see it. Who am I kidding? But now it's vertically oriented, and now I can see more of the chat, and it's not blocking the bottom message with the heart thing. Ingenuity. That's problem solving right there. Your PC's been on for 2 days and VR is heating your room. You know what's funny? Because when it gets cold in this room, it gets really cold, right? But since I got this new computer, it's not as cold during the winters. It still gets cold, but this thing puts out heat, so... Not a big deal. Okay, I feel like my PC is slowing down a little bit here, guys. Ever since I opened up this chatbot, I'm not gonna lie.
To the rest of the open world. And there's plenty of...
I'm going to have to reset something here. Give me 1 sec.
And there's plenty of other areas that
Okay,
bring
it's coming
their
back.
own...
It's coming back. Coming back. People always call you a psychopath. No, a vertical screen does seem very practical for some things, huh? No, H2O was talking about a straight up monitor.
Own uniqueness into consideration. So color me.
Okay, what were we doing? We were picking out music before everything slowed down. Maybe we go for something cinematic. Maybe something cinematic. But then I kind of want something, but I still want something a little more upbeat at the same time, you know? Like, this is cinematic, but it's maybe not quite what I'm looking for. I think this folder is gonna have everything here is probably gonna be like that. Okay, we're gonna go into the adventure cinematic. That's what I have right here. This one I think I already use, armaments. If I search this up here, yeah, I already used it in this video, so I'm not gonna reuse this one. What's this one? I think this is what I want. This seems like a nice. Imagine we're just showing off some of the worlds of Elden Ring. This seems like a nice little, like, epic montage, right? Okay, we'll keep that one in mind. This one's a little bit more battle oriented. Okay, we're gonna use this one for sure. Now the question is, are we gonna use it all the way through and loop it, or are we going to?
Then I found this random map. But regardless if an area is above or below ground, what I enjoy about Elden Ring much at all. Environmental storytelling is essential for a game like this because Elden Ring isn't gonna give you long exposition or clear explanations. Instead, the world itself.
We're not gonna. Okay, we're gonna use a different music track as we're talking about this stuff over here. But when we get to the montage, we're gonna.
Itself becomes the narrator. Caelid is a great example.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay. So we're gonna. That's a placeholder. Placeholder there. That's a placeholder. Oh, that's progress. I love it when you find a nice when you find that one track and you're like, yeah, that's the one. Okay. Over here, we're going to use.
I discovered that Elden Ring's verdict so color because my next thing out my. But regardless, with.
I'm gonna use something kind of chill. I'm gonna use a boom bap, little boom bap, lo-fi-ish sort of thing over here. I already used Wasted Education here, didn't I? Did I not? I did. It's not showing up here for whatever reason.
It was hard because of the journey to the end.
Yes. Wasted Education. All right, I already used that one. Let's just get a nice little jingle going on here before I. This is my outro. This is my outro song right here. So we save that for the outro. What's another good one? Desire. My favorite time of the year. Yeah, I like this one. This is a nice little placeholder in the meantime over here. We're gonna use this one real quick. We're just gonna cut that up and place it right over around here. So it'll be a little bit of a. Here's the thing. We're gonna transition into.
Like this because Elden clear explanations. Instead, the world itself.
Okay, so reminder that we're gonna transition into something. So maybe we take this from a transition point. A transition point in the song. Earlier, they're gonna have one. It could be at the end. Or right here in the middle. Not much of a transition in this one. It's a beat, so. Okay, we're just gonna stick with this and we'll suss it out. We'll see how it feels, and we're just gonna plug it in here first. We'll just let it rip, you know.
Into consideration. So color me not surprised.
We're gonna remove this opening part. Just go with this.
Consideration. connection. So color me not surprised when I discovered that Elden Ring's verticality doesn't just apply to castles and dungeons. It applies to the open world itself, because hidden across the lands between are a shit ton of...
Okay. All right. This is good enough for now. We'll handle the transition later when that time comes. Now, here's the interesting part. We're going to attempt to film some stuff inside the game now. We'll see how well this goes. Okay.
So color me not surprised when I discovered that Elden Ring's verticality doesn't just apply to castles and dungeons.
You know what? I didn't use a shot for this yet, but I always kind of wanted to. Let's go to Far Missoula. I had it in my mind to show this place off when I was talking about verticality. I just never did, so let's start from down here somewhere. Now, I am running some mods at the moment. I have my camera path mod here, and I have this little cheat engine, which allows me to not die, and I use the hide from enemies and the freeze time of day or set weather sometimes. That's pretty useful for that. The hide from enemies is extremely useful. Yeah, we're cheating right now. We are cheating right now. Turn your eyes away, for thou we have cheated. We have cheated ourselves. Maybe I should go... Let's go to the balcony. Oh, the Act Man. I know the Act Man. I've heard of the Act Man before. I've watched some of his videos. Yeah, yeah, we should totally do that. We should totally do that. Okay, so I'm in my camera mod now. Now, oftentimes I can just kind of freeball it as far as my camera pads, but if I really want a really cool path, then I will do so. You know, if we're talking about verticality, maybe we start from, like, the very bottom down here somewhere, huh? Let's start, like, down... here? Are there straight up mod overhauls for this game? I wouldn't be surprised, you know? That's gonna bring me out here. Yeah, let's go like out here maybe. If not, we'll just go back to the original spot. Oh boy. Okay. Well, we can try this out. What's a nice little vantage point that I would like for this? Maybe from a place where I do like being able to see all these dragons and shit over here too. I'm gonna go back. I have decided that I will be going back over yonder way. Oh, Skyrim is like for sure like one of those like ultimate like games for modding, you know? Okay, let's just sometimes I overthink it. We don't have to overthink it here. We can just keep it tranquilo, you know? Let's just get a nice little... Let's get a little something from over here. I'm just gonna free... Oh boy, so here's the other thing. I forgot. I'm gonna have to do this a bunch of times. I'm gonna have to hide everything here. Alright, here we go. We're just gonna record this. Let's get a nice little panning... You know, I'm gonna go this way. We're gonna be moving up with a nice little pan. Going this way. Follow the dragons. We're following the dragons. We like following them dragons. Okay, that could be okay. Let's do one more shot over here, perhaps. Maybe from this ground level right here, right? We'll just do a nice little, quick little pan up. Nice little pan up like this. Showing some of the verticality of this zone over here and all the dragons. Look at all them dragons. Okay, very good. Maybe it'd be better if I had a straight up... That's the wrong button. Now, typically my workflow, it might be easier if I record a bunch in succession Okay, we'll just turn the camera on and off. So typically, I think I'm gonna use this one. I will plug this in right off rip. Let's just plug it in right off rip and start populating. We're just gonna go one by one. This is the process right now. We're just going one by one. We're gonna bring this in here. Going to like this. We can keep some of the volume here, perhaps. That very good.
It applies to the so color me not discovered that Elden Ring just apply to.
Okay, we're going this way.
Between are a shit ton of underground.
It's very loud in the background because there's the tornado going on in the actual game. The game audio is still going through.
So color me not surprised when I discovered that Elden Ring's verticality doesn't just apply to castles and dungeons. It applies to the open world itself, because hidden across.
That's all I want for Far Missoula here. We'll go somewhere else. Let's go to the freaking Starfall crater over here. That's a nice little section to show. What's going on, Jesse? Looking at Night Rain yet? Nope, not yet. I'm sure it's something I'll play eventually, because I already a bunch of my friends have the game, but it's not on the to-do list at this moment. Here, we'll just turn this to daytime or something real quick. Not quite at this moment. Oh, is it considered a legacy dungeon? It's okay. We don't have to overthink it too much. All right, for this one, we'll just do a nice, I could build a camera path, but I don't think I need to build a camera path for this. Just going to show off some of this nice little crater here. Now, what do I want in the background? Do I want that in the background? I always am a fan of having the tree in the background, but then you have the waterfalls on this side. We're just gonna go on this side. We're gonna go on this side here, okay? I'm gonna hide for a hot second here. We're hiding. Kev is hiding. Is the chat even popping up right now? Because I have the thing up, but I don't know if I need the chat box open. Test. Okay, it is popping up. Very good. All right. We're going to go... Let's go from... nice and far out like this. Yeah, we're just going to do a quick... just gonna do a nice little pan down. That's a little too fast, a little too aggressive. We're just gonna do a nice little pan downwards. Get the waterfalls in there. That's beautiful. We love that. You love to see it. We all love to see it. We love to see it. I'm gonna delete that one. We're just gonna plop this in here. Boom, baby. Very good. Some environmental shots. I've been trying to decipher between when do I want to use actual gameplay footage versus these cinematic shots. I think when we're talking about the world here, I'm totally down to use these.
Was going to be
These shots.
Stop was going to be Kaled. Then I found this random ass
There I have some gameplay lined up.
Castles and dungeons. It applies to the open.
You can just cross dissolve that in or something.
And dungeons. It applies to castles and dungeons. It applies to the open world itself, because hidden across the lands between are a shit ton of underground zones and secret areas filled with.
Okay, we're gonna go into an underground zone or secret. You know what? I'm going to reverse.
Because hidden across.
Oh, that's gonna look weird, isn't it? I'm not gonna cross dissolve that.
And dungeons. It applies to the open world itself, because hidden across the lands between.
All right, we're gonna go to an underground zone here. An underground zone that also shows off its verticality. We're gonna go down into. I mean, these are all pretty good options, but the deep rock. I mean, it had the trees and shit that one could climb. Could go there. I'm gonna show off some of those eternal cities and stuff. I guess this is the name. We're just gonna go here. Ant time, yes. Pretty much ant time. Nice. I got an item. That's great. We love items. Yeah, this one I'm just going to... That one was coming down. I keep forgetting I have to hide my face. To hide my face, otherwise it taints the footage. Let me hide this too. We're going to just do a nice little... We're gonna get this guy walking back and forth. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. Alright, here we go. Just gonna do a quick little pan. Down yonder way as well, huh? Very good. You love to see it. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. Some of these I put more effort to than others. Sometimes I get the idea of like wanting to do like a cool little edit like this. Other times we just try to get a nice looking shot, you know? Just try to get something cool looking. Something that I can look at and be like, I like that, you know? You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. Okay, alright, alright.
Ground zone, more filled with ton of underground zones and secret areas filled with, you guessed it, more vertical space. After finishing Liurnia, I thought
I deleted my river well footage. Is this it right here?
held the tree. Now here's
I'm gonna reuse this.
finishing Liurnia, I thought my next stop was going to be Caelid. Then I found this random ass well elevator, and I spent the next hours.
We'll just use this as a little barrel there.
Finishing Liurnia, I thought
Imagine Michael Moore doing a documentary in the lands between.
finishing Liurnia, I thought my next stop was going to be Caelid. Then I found this random ass well elevator, and I spent the next hours.
We'll get some footage of us fighting the ants over there, huh? Ants should be right around here.
Is that how ants do?
And now the young ant.
Or
Let me go grab something
it kind
from...
of felt like roaming these ant tunnels. Oh! Whoa! No! Put me down! And for the turtle power. Turtle time! Turtle time! Ow! Turtle time! Oh! Whoa! Oh! And that's when I came across. Whoa!
We'll just pull from over here. Let's just pull this from right over here. Pull this in, throw this, lower the volume here.
Finishing Liurnia, I thought my next stop was going to be Caelid. Then I found this random ass well elevator, and I spent the next hours playing out my Hunter x Hunter fantasies fighting big ass ants in this underground realm. But big ass ants.
Can't really see what's going on there.
Ants in this underground
This clip is
realm.
not the same without me chiming in on the recording, so maybe we just
in
use...
nature. Turtle time.
We're gonna use this clip instead. It has been decided that I would like to use this clip instead. It might not mean much, but I think it's a little more suitable.
And I spent the next hours playing out my Hunter x Hunter fantasies fighting big ass ants in this underground realm. But regardless.
Yeah, that's a good clip right there. I like that clip.
In this underground realm. But Regardless if an area is above or below ground, what I enjoy about Elden Ring zones is their ability to establish tone and tell stories without saying much at all. Environmental storytelling is a
Okay, we're gonna get some more. Now, I do mention some zones specifically, so let's hit up some of the zones that I'm not gonna mention and just, give them their flowers. What were some, maybe we go into the DLC. I feel like I haven't been showing off as much DLC. Now, the Spooky Forest, I thought had a really nice vibe. I'm going to, you know what? That's the idea. I'm like, I want to show the Spooky Forest, and I'm gonna work smarter instead of harder. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull some of the barrel that I had. I call it the barrel from the Spooky Forest.
This is
originally
in this spooky forest. No, it's
over here.
For the most part, this place is a dreadful ambiance.
I'm gonna take this one. I like this one quite a bit. We're gonna pull this one. Very good. This I've decided I want that one.
Underground realm. But regardless if an area is above or below ground, what I enjoy about Elden Ring.
We're gonna do some. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna teleport to a different area because this waterfall is ruining my sound a little bit here. I always like, this is where I hang out. This is where I'm not off to record something. I just hang out here next to Vare, who is alive in this save file. The cool thing about this too is if I want to, like, I can kill the tree sentinel and then I can spawn the tree sentinel back in. You know what I mean? That's always sick. You would like that video just for the Hunter x Hunter reference. By the way, is Hunter x Hunter, is the author's been sick for a while, right? I don't know if that one's ever gonna get finished.
But regardless, what I enjoy about Elden Ring's,
yeah, the playback is gonna be a little slow and sloppy here because we got so much going on, But yes, I pulled this. What I'm going to do is add in some artificial camera panning here.
Regardless if an area is above or below ground,
we're going to go ahead and we're just gonna zoom it in.
Ring zones is their ability.
It's gonna do a little zoom in, a little pan left. This.
But regardless if an area is above or below ground, what I enjoy about
Yeah, the sound's a little staticky.
Zones is their ability to establish.
A little staticky. Let's see, what other area? I think on this save file, this is the Ashen capital right now. Which might be an issue. I might have to go into a different save file. What was an area that, like, captivated me? That I was like, I already had plans to show Bellerot somewhere else. It doesn't have to be like a major, it could be a minor zone within a major zone. It doesn't have to necessarily captivate me. I feel like Castle Morn is it's a nice one. I read the manga, it was so long ago, I don't remember how much I read, but I'm pretty sure I caught up on the anime. And I also read, I think they were introducing the Zodiacs, something about the Zodiacs in the manga the last time I read, which could have been like 10 plus years ago. Everyone likes Jarlsberg. You're talking about the Jar Village? I have a section about the Jar Village, unless you're talking about something else. Doesn't have to be beautiful, just a location that... I'm looking locations that tell the story based off of what's going on. Now, over here, there's a shit ton of... Yeah, over here. This is going to be a good one. I already know what shot I want. We're going to come over here. We're just going to go ahead and... Going to go... can go from back here. We're just gonna do something like this. My head is still here on the screen, isn't it? My head is still here. That's one thing I gotta get used to here. Okay, here we go. Maybe we just do a slight pan. Oh, what if we pan it so we're showing... Okay, my goal, I'm gonna try to slowly pan it to the corpses that are just chilling over there, you know? What's going on, Hannah? Hello there. Welcome in. We are in editing mode. Thought it'd be a nice change of pace. I've just been going ham on this edit, and I was like, you know what? Maybe tonight I want a little bit of company. I have a section about the Eternal Cities, so that's why I'm saving it for that section. I guess the question here is, do I want
vertical space? After finishing Liurnia, I thought my next hours playing out my Hunter x Hunter fantasies fighting big-ass ants in this underground realm. But regardless if an area is...
Okay, so here, this is a slight... Also, I'm going to teleport somewhere else because it's way too loud over here. I'm gonna go over here. We're trading places. Trading places? No, it's a mutual... It's symbiosis. We keep each other company, yes? Yes, indeed. Okay, here, my character doesn't start moving until... like 8 frames in, so we're actually gonna remove that and just bring that over there.
If an area is their ability to
Maybe we want a little more aggressive. I'm gonna readjust my keyframe slightly here. Maybe we just want a slightly more aggressive upwards. We're like those weird fish. Wait. Which weird fish?
But regardless if an area is above or their ability to establish tone and tell stories without saying much at all. Environmental storytelling.
Do I want to cross dissolve these?
Consideration. So color me not surprised when I...
Maybe I just freaking cross dissolve these. Like, it's... Who cares, right?
Consideration. So color me not surprised when I discovered that Elden Ring's verticality doesn't...
We're gonna cross dissolve it this way.
It applies to the open world itself, because hidden across the lands between are a shit ton of underground zones and secret areas filled with, you guessed it, more vertical space. After finishing... and I spent the next hour in this underground realm. But regardless if an area is above or below ground, would I enjoy...
I'm going to attempt to plug in and out my audio interface again because the sound is staticky and it's annoying me, so I'm going to go mute for the next 15 seconds at max, hopefully.
What I enjoy about Elden Ring zones is their ability to...
We're gonna cross dissolve this in
zones is there
to cross dissolve it the other way. You know, I'm gonna reduce this a little bit like that. We're gonna go this way.
Zones is their ability to... Elden Ring zones is their ability to establish tone and tell stories without saying much at all. Environmental...
Okay. Yeah, it's not normal. It's just the computer is under heavy load right now. We got the game running, we got the stream going, I have a million tabs, plus, and then the edit itself. The playback. So there's ways to work around it. I have it playing back in full resolution, 60 frames per second. You can have it and quarter it. Oftentimes it's the playback. It's not like there's anything intensive going on here, but you can save some resources by playing it back at a different resolution. I just have it at full. So Those fish that eat the parasites off another bigger fish. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, just like that. There's also, there's a lot of other, I can't think of any right now, but there's a lot of other symbiotic relationships out there in nature. There's also parasitic relationships as well. And I guess when it comes to this online space, parasocial. But I don't think we have any of that going on, so. Well, Kevin's gone. Kevin said Galator's the greatest, and I'm going to play Night Raid next. You are great at reading mouths, aren't you? That's exactly what I said.
Without saying much at all, environmental storytelling is essential for a game like this because Elden Ring isn't gonna give you long exposition or clear explanations. Instead,
Yes, okay. I think 2 more scenes here. One here, one here. We'll do the trick. What are some other areas that... Oh, you know what? I'm going to use... I'm going to go ahead and pull... I've wanted to use this one for a bit, but I just haven't used it. Where is my dragon? From the shadow. Was that in episode video number 2? Let's see. There's Bonnie Village. We're going to have a section on Bonnie Village. Don't you worry. Or was that in number 1? It had to be here because this is... Yes, because this is where we learned our palm technique. And because that means we had to have met Dryleaf Dane around here, which means around here... We're doing some exploration. Bonnie Village. Met this guy. This is when everything faded from existence. Where is that dragon?
off against a rock shot. One of my favorite things about
Okay, I'm looking for potentially...
see strikes. And
This guy.
Maybe it was before this? No, because we were trying to palm strike the dragon, I remember.
This compels you. Kick.
This is where we came down here. Ah, all right, right over here. This is what I wanted to use.
This ghost flame.
Yeah, I wanted to use this one. Yeah. Everyone loves Stuart. We all love Stuart.
Saying much at all. Environmental story.
We're gonna go ahead and cross dissolve into this bitch.
Environmental storytelling is essential for a game like this because Elden Ring isn't gonna give you long
We'll do something right there. Boom. What next? What do next? Let's do one more scene and then I'm gonna hit the restroom real quick. Do I want to pull from, I don't know, maybe we have something in here that we can just pull from real quick, you know? Talking a lot about characters over here. I use that. This is a lot of character type stuff. Character type stuff. Use that. I could use that for Bonnie Village. It doesn't quite fit there. No, right there. Okay, let's go get ourselves... What was another area that I was like, you know what? This area is speaking to me, and it's telling me things. Ooh, I could save that for the Kaled section. Okay, let's see. Let's think about it. Let me think about it. I already have a section for the Lanedale part. Carrion Manor. But what did that tell me? But what was it trying to tell me? Let's go to the DLC. Let's go into the DLC. Let's go over here. I already gonna have a section for Ballarat. What was a section that made me like... I was like, damn. The Jagged Peaks, maybe. Oh, the Poison Manor place. That could be a thing, perhaps. Yes. Oh, let me go over here. Let me think about it. I was thinking, because the Jagged Peak, I mean, you come through here and you're like, okay, yeah, the peaks are jagged. You got dragons fighting over here. There's a lot going on. So maybe I'll get those dragons fighting. We could do Mitra's Manse. You know what? Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to reuse a thing from Mitra's Manse because that does kind of tell you a little bit, right? Just through, yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point right over there, right? Because this little painting kind of tells a story of what Mitra's Manse and the spooky forest was like before. I guess the horn scent came in, right? Let's do Mitra's Manse. I like that. Because I have a thing for that right here.
Finally.
Which I don't know if this is going to be long enough that I'm thinking about
Exposition or... Exposition or clear explanations. Instead...
You know, this might just be long enough. What did I do over here? I stitched these two together because there wasn't one seamless take, or it just wasn't. Something happened here. Let me just grab these two.
Elden Ring.
It was this entire section. That's what it was. We can cut down over here.
Elden Ring isn't gonna
Cut down over here. This crosses off
give
into
you
this.
long exposition or clear explanations. You long exposition or clear explanation.
We're just gonna hard cut. I think we're just gonna hard cut right to the next music track. Just sudden.
Instead, explanations. Instead,
Maybe I just faded out. It doesn't quite hard cut very well.
clear explanations. Instead,
Okay. That could be useful. I was looking for something a little more cinematic though. But we have this part. That's kind of like the same as when Torrent was, you know, similar thing.
exposition or clear explanations. Instead, the world clear explanations. Instead,
We'll just do a quick little fade to black over here.
clear explanations. Instead, the world itself becomes the narrator.
Yes, this is gonna be a nice epic section. We're gonna try to stitch together this one. I want to pay a little more attention to stitching the shots together to tell a cohesive montage.
And for myself, one of the more difficult and intimidating areas I traverse through. The
Did you have the new save to record kicking the painting in Manse? Yes, I did. Because the painting was already
remnants
kicked
of a great war
in my save. Plus, I don't have access to these mods in my save. I have it in a different folder.
everywhere. Fiery ruins.
When I started playing around with these mods to record these scenes, I was like so nervous. I kept everything separate. I have an entirely separate directory. I have a separate copy of Elden Ring in another folder.
Into the earth, and soldiers who still wander the wasteland succumb to the very rot they unleash. In a frigid land where a mighty flame lies dormant, the mountaintops of the giants is strewn with large, frozen evidence. And without a soul in sight, a kingdom frozen in the shadow of its former glory, I still felt the magnificent...
I have an idea. I do have an idea. Real quick, let me... I do like how that track goes. I'm just gonna have to do some looping, or better yet, we find another track that just matches the vibe of that very well. So I'm gonna go to my website where I get music from. The Eternal. This one is called The Eternal by Reynard Seidel. And I want to take this section here. Yeah, let me just get like more of this, please. Thank you. This was just the perfect amount of... We'll cross that bridge when we need to cross that bridge. I'll tell you that. Okay, we'll revisit that. Okay, I'm gonna hit the restroom real quick. While we take a small little break. Give me 1 sec. BRB. Just chill. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my lord. All right. Back to... Yeah, the world itself becomes the narrator. Are you stealing my script right now? Or did I steal it from you, Galator? But yeah, I think that's, you know, when we're talking about difficulty in Elden Ring, talking about the story, it's like, how does one learn the story? Right, Hannah? There's no pooping in Elden Ring. Yeah, no pooping. No poops allowed. But yeah, it's like, you have to do some investigative work. You have to examine the world around you, read the items, because the exposition is few and far between, right? No, you stole copyright. Plagiarism? I'm gonna sue you for you. I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue you for that. Sue you. I'm gonna sue you for you. What's going on, Charlie? Miyazaki does on all of us. Yeah, great big poop on all of us.
Or clear explanations. Instead, the world itself becomes the narrator. Caelid is a great example. It's a harsh land.
I'm going to I have to leave this area first. Welcome in, by the way. We're just chilling and editing. What's going on, Calcifer? Hello. Came to see a pro work. Oh boy. Don't mean to disappoint you. I have an idea, by the way, when we're talking about
Instead, the world itself becomes the narrator.
So the world itself becomes the narrator. I'm gonna go get a quick little shot of our pal Gideon here. Oh shit. I don't have him unlocked in here. Is he? Okay. The area is closed off, but is Gideon actually in here? Gideon's not in here. Hey, welcome in, everyone. We're just doing some B-roll cinematic type shots. By the way, how do I get Gideon to get his ass to open the door for me? Do you guys remember? What's the prerequisite step for that? Is he by the round table still? I cosplay into the game for B-roll and screenshots. Yeah, I'm editing my video right now. I have a whole Elden Ring series a video series that covered my playthrough, but I'm doing a capstone video where I examine the game from a wider scope. Instead of taking you through my journey specifically, I'm talking about my experience playing the game. And the thesis of the video that I'm working on here is tied into the difficulty of Elden Ring. Embracing the struggle and how that relates to the story, the level designs, the progression, and the combat. I just reversed the order. We did combat first. And this is what I'm talking about, the five bosses that changed how I approach the game in the combat section for the most part. So I'm not like delving into like mechanics and like, oh, this is where I learned to roll and jump this attack. It's more from a wider lens of like the Crucible Knight taught me that I can't just spam buttons. The ball busting hunter taught me that sometimes it's better to go into the danger, right? So we have sections like that talking about the combat. Millennia, and then Millennia just encapsulated the whole Elden Ring experience for me. Like Elden Ring, as far as combat goes, Millennia defines Elden Ring for me. This is what Elden Ring was about, right? And then progression, the non-linearness of it, how there's no quest logs, quest journals. So instead, you gotta pay attention to the story. That's why it's difficult. The Tree Sentinels, a case study of trying to teach you like a lesson.
In the mindset of I'm level 1, I spawned in a level
early
1
on in the game.
This thing in front of.
Same thing with Margit. Into just touching on all that kind of stuff, but with the thesis of difficulty. Boom. Okay. What was I doing? Okay, do I need to go defeat Godric? Is that what you're saying? To unlock... I think Godric might be defeated, not gonna lie. By the way, this is a modded playthrough, right? I used the modded playthrough to get my shots. I think Godric is defeated. Let me go check. I have to receive the wisdom of the two fingers. Okay, I definitely defeated Godric. Yeah, Godric is gone. Okay, let's go receive the wisdom of the two fingers, and then we can go get a quick shot of Gideon in his study. Also, one thing I learned is I have subtitles off, but in order to progress the dialogue in this game, you need the subtitles on if you want to, like, skip through the dialogue.
I had my only. Fine, you have now to become the fingers.
Man, do you guys miss Grandma here? I miss Grandma, and then she just spent like the last half of or the last third of our playthrough.
Become.
Okay, I already have this talisman pouch. Very good. Thank you. Do I need to do anything else here? I got the rapture. Very good. And then she just laid here dead for like the last third of our entire playthrough, you know? You have the Elden Ring wiki at all times, yeah. Ah, the doors are open. Very good. Let's get a nice... Okay, that bitch ain't in here. Do I need to... By the way, is the Dung Eater here? So this is really wonky, right? Because I've skipped ahead in this game. I've gone... You know what it is? In this save file, Gideon is dead. That's why he's not there. Gideon is actually dead. Because I've teleported here before to get some footage. And in so doing, I'm pretty sure I clapped Gideon's ass. Over there. Maybe we can stand in. You know, Gideon's dead, but Ensha still lives. What a timeline this is, isn't it? Maybe I can... Oh, I really want the Gideon... Alright, this is easily fixable. We're gonna go to a different save file real quick. If I spawn him in, though, he's just gonna be in his boss arena, I'm pretty sure. Luckily, we have contingency plans for this. I have these other Big Pompin number 2. Or this one. Let's do LOL. Big Pompin the second. LOL. Let's do this one. I am here. Oh yeah, this character okay, so this I had to make a new character because I wanted to open this chest to get a scene. So I had to make a new character so I could record the scene for... It's a great question. Where actually is it? So I could record... Okay, we're in the battle section here. Battle section, battle section, battle section. So I could record... Okay, if I can't find it in the next 10 seconds, I'm not going to show you. But some of you guys have already seen it. I don't quite remember... But now I'm really curious. Now I kind of want to find it. I'm not going to lie. I know where it is. It's towards the end of... It's towards the end of the intro, I'm pretty sure. Nope, nope. Okay, I don't know where it is. Just take my words for it. I recorded the scene for a reason. Okay, we're going to go try to find Gideon. Yeah, but Gideon's like face down in his studies, so that's kind of what I was wanting for this scene here. Is he in here? Do I have to go clap Godfrey's ass in this save real quick? Or Godric's ass? Alright, let me turn on my unlimited power button here. There he is. You guys ready for this? I'm just gonna kill him. Through the power of my feet. Through the power of my feet, Godric. Done. Well, that's cheating. Is he actually... Okay, wait, no. Is he in here after I kill God? Okay, no. Let's go talk to... All of the... So that's why this edit takes a while. Sometimes there's like a scene that I want, and then I have to like do stuff in the game to... To unlock the ability to do that again.
Seek to become
One Punch Man, more like One Step Man. Okay, let me try resting again. This is open. He should be in here. He's not in here. You know why he might not be in here? Is because I unlocked all the... Because I unlocked all of the... Sites of Grace. So I think by me unlocking that and going here, like... Maybe unlocking it technically signals to the game that he should be over there. Yeah, he hates me. I mean, the door is open, but he's not in there, so... He is gone. Okay, I'm going to, we'll do... Oh, I really wanted that. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull it from... This is why sometimes it takes a long time, too, because now I'm gonna go through my recordings. There's definitely been some scenes where recordings where I zoomed up on his ass while I was talking to him. Over here, perhaps. Okay, after we beat Godric. So that's gonna be... We're getting into Stormvale over here. Okay, now he's bidding me welcome over here. Still, he didn't seem to... What? I really want to get it.
Not a
Something of him. This is gonna be a bitch. This is gonna be a bitch to get. It's gonna be a pain to get. Okay. Alright. The idea was I was talking about, you know, the story of Elden Ring. What did I actually say here? I wanted something to do with a book for this line over here.
Of the Instead, the world itself becomes the narrator.
The world becomes the narrator. And I thought it was, if I had someone writing in a book or looking in a book, be a nice little parallel, in a sense. Can I get a new game plus in speedrun Godric? I probably could. But getting to a new game plus would have to, I'd have to actually beat the game and do the steps to beat the game. So we're not going to do that. Instead, what we are going to do... Maybe I'll go to Raya Lucaria. We're gonna go to Raya Lucaria. I'm gonna go in my other save file as well. We're gonna go to Raya Lucaria and get some close-ups of a book or something. Oh, the Gideon thing would have been good. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I effed up. Kev effed up. Wait, can I... Hold on. I might have something in here that I can do. NPC flags. Actually, I might be able to do something here. I can flag an ending in the game. Game finished. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's too much work. Okay, we're going back. That would have been a 6 scene. Maybe I'll revisit this later if I really want that scene. Right, but if I make a new character and go kill Godric, I have to either run there or teleport there. But the act of unlocking all the sites of grace might be what signals to the game that Gideon should be chilling at the sanctuary. Okay, I'm gonna go in here. We're gonna go to the Grand Library, I guess. Ah, this is where we done.
Flee, my sweetings. Come out from whence ye hide.
This is where we done fought.
And light aplenty.
Rolana.
Come out, say I.
Rolana.
Will ye be gravestones?
Renalana.
Better born anew.
Or should I get a thing of the actual... If I could find someone reading, that'd be kind of nice. You said it was by the wolf dog, which I don't remember where that was. Where Radagon's wolf was. Maybe this guy's reading around here. Aha! We're gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna do this. Let's get a little bit of backlight going. Okay, we're just gonna do a nice little... I gotta hide my face. This guy. Yes, this guy. What is the scene that I want? I wanted to have a little... I'm just gonna manually move my camera around, I think. Okay, we're just gonna mess around and try to get some shots. If we can. You guys ever notice that their hands were all gray like that, you know? I like having the bookcase in the background there. What's going on, Evan? That's epic? What's epic? You're epic. Or we just do a nice little... You know, I think that first one probably worked. We're just gonna go with that. We're just gonna rock with that. That's the plan. That's the plan. That's the play. Sometimes it's better to just go with it, right? It's chill. There's no need to perfect every single thing. Otherwise, I'm gonna be stuck here for an eternity, right?
Words and standards and rhyme. Fiery root stars. The remnants of a great war long past are scattered.
Yeah, let's just start it from around here.
Or clear explanations. Instead, the world itself becomes the narrator.
See, all of that kerfuffle for 3 seconds of glory.
Caelid is a great example. It's a harsh land scarred by rot, and for myself, one of the more...
Okay, now we're getting into the Caelid section. We're playing in Caelid. Let's go to Caelid, y'all. It's time to go to Caelid. What's going on, the bad trip? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. I think I took some Caelid footage earlier. I did. I kind of prepped myself. I was writing the Caelid part, the Caelid part, and I took some footage here. Let's just bring these in, or let's just leave them here actually, and see what I got. What do I have? There's something that I had with the bird that was pretty nice. Okay, there's nothing going on that one. That's a dud. This is a wall, a fiery wall. Kind of like that. It's kind of sick. I was like, I have to record it because it's all glowy. Like the Erd tree leaves and shit are falling. And then I think I had a little bird shot right here as well. That wasn't the bird shot I wanted. Maybe this one. All right, we're going to play with these two. You deserve a producer credit for that? Well, I do have you, I'm pretty sure your name is 100% here. I always, at the end, the honor of... There's somewhere in here. There's Galator. I just saw Galator. You're definitely in the... You're in the super chatter section. There's your producer credit. Technically, that's what this is supposed to be. I'll make it look prettier as we continue to evolve this setup, but that's what I got for now. So, okay, so I already did take. I don't want that. Okay, I already did take some shots here. Not too many, just a couple. So we're gonna reuse one of these.
Embedded into the words and swords and stand, scarlet rot, sword. Comes the narrator. Caelid is a great example. It's a harsh land. It's a rot and
Okay, I kind of wanted the wall in there, but I think we start from around here to show off more of this.
Caelid is a great example. It's a harsh.
Okay, there's my camera. That's so we're ending this about here. Let's just pull this back up around there, and then I want the close up of the bird because I thought the bird looked kind of cool. We're gonna throw the bird in here. The bird. Bird's the word.
In a frigid land, and soldiers mountaintop emerge frozen corpses. A war wait. The aftermath.
Kind of like that section. It is what it is. Let's just cross dissolve this in. You know, nice little cross dissolve in.
Become narrator. Caelid is a great example. It's a harsh land scarred by
That doesn't look great with the cross dissolve, does it?
lands. It's a harsh land scarred. Harsh land scarred. A great example. Land scarred by rot, and for my.
This might look weird, but it might look cool at the same time. If I were to...
Land scarred by rot, and for myself, one of the
It'd flow better with the cross dissolve, I think.
land scarred by rot.
Oh, I know why it's all freaking wonky over there, because I have the thing.
It's a harsh land scarred.
I know why. It has to do with the cross dissolve. It's too much to explain right now. Just trust me. Trust me. I beg you to trust me.
It's a harsh land. It's
I'm just gonna hard cut there.
example. It's a harsh land.
I think what I want, I'm gonna slow this down. We're gonna go 75%.
It's a harsh land scarred by rot. It's a harsh.
We're not gonna use the bird. Just gonna keep it chilling. We're just gonna use this. We'll just let it play out.
Caelid is a great example. It's a harsh land scarred by rot, and for myself, one of the more.
Just gonna keep that going all the way. Sometimes you just let it play out, you know? Just let it chill. Just let it go. Raider.
Caelid is a great example. It's a harsh land scarred by rot, and for myself, one of the more difficult and intimidating areas I traverse through. The remnant.
Okay. I have this. I'll definitely use this for one of the further sections in here.
Are scattered everywhere. Fiery ruins, pools of standards, and soldiers wander the ways
Or we'll cut this around here. We'll throw this in.
everywhere. Fiery ruins, pools of.
Okay. Trust the process. Trust the process. Which one am I using? What's this? Yeah, maybe I don't reuse these. Maybe we just organically make them again, but we'll just see how that works. We'll just use them as a placeholder for now. You know what I mean? I want the part on the back end over here.
Golden and without evidence of empty streets. Rot, and for myself, one of the scarlet rot, swords and standards embedded into the earth, and soldiers who still wander the wasteland, succumb to the very rot they unleashed. In a frigid land.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We have some stuff. We have a little bit of stuff. I already know one thing that I won't. Question is Radon going to be here to greet me? He very well might be here to greet me right now. Let's see. If he is, then we're just gonna have to give him the old jump attack. Radon's not here. Radon is dead. I wanted to get something over here. Yeah, Radon ain't here, right? That's not what I wanted to do. We're just gonna go ahead and let's find a nice little. There's Alexander. Yeah, Alexander is combing the bodies. Stuff them into the jars. I just wanted a nice little. Okay. The question is, how is this marrying up with this one?
Fiery ruins, pools of scarlet rot, swords, pools of scarlet rot, swords.
Okay, before I take this one, let me get the pools of scarlet rot shot first. Okay, we're gonna get the rot shot first. The rot shot. It's daytime. It is nighttime. Let's bring it back to daytime. Sometimes I think I'm doing a little too much camera panning. Sometimes you don't need so much, you know? The Swamp of Aeonia. Let's just go ahead and get these pools of rock. If I'm not mistaken, there were some things over here too, right? Some enemies? No. Okay, we're just gonna going back. We're just gonna come over here. My face is here. Was my face on this one? Did I remove my face? I removed my face. Okay, I was being good. Okay, let's just get the pools of scarlet rot. I don't want so much camera movement here. We'll just take a little bit of camera movement. Maybe we just get one static shot in case I just want a static shot. We'll just let the rot come out. Yeah, but I'm talking about Kaled specifically at the moment. I should show off the Lake of Rot though. Oh, this is good. This is a good rot shot right there. We like that rot shot. Yeah, am I technically below this haze right now? I feel like I was technically below some of the haze over there. We'll do one more quick recording. This is a nice rot shot right here. We like the rot shot. That's a great rot. These are some great rot shots. That's beautiful. Maybe we just use that one. I'm gonna use that one. That's the plan. Don't have to overthink it. We just keep it chill. Yeah, we're out here in Florida right now, huh? Out here in Florida. Okay.
Frozen corpses. With lungs is at the
Let's just grab something like this.
scarlet rot, swords, fiery ruins, pools of scarlet rot, pools of scarlet.
I'm gonna give this a little bit of a pull out. We're gonna give it some pull out. Okay, guys? We're gonna start here and then we're just gonna bring it out a little bit. Actually, I'm going to
Sword. Standard.
gonna pull it out. Tad bit like that. Okay, very good.
Scarlet rot, swords and
Now we're gonna get the swords and standards. I just like to work sequentially sometimes, as best as I can. Yeah. I could definitely make this a lot better, but just get something over here real quick. This is good. All right, it's a little bit easier to see over here. Now the question is, do I want? Just this. All right, let's do something right here. We're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna try to get something cool. Let me hide that. There it is. Very good. We're just gonna record something here. We're slowly moving. I think we're slowly panning this way. Yeah, just a nice little pan. We like pan. Panning. Panning for gold. That's probably good enough. Just throw it together, you know? The meat, we're like Shadowfax. We want the meaning of haste right now. It's eerily quiet when I'm not.
Standards and betters who still
Alright, let's just see how this section looks.
ruins, pools of scarlet rot, swords and pools of scarlet rot, swords and standards,
Maybe I don't crossfade these together, you know?
fiery ruins, pools of scarlet rot, pools of scarlet rot, swords and standards embedded into the earth, and soldiers who still the earth, and soldiers
We're gonna start it around here.
into the earth, and soldiers into the earth, embedded into the earth, and soldiers who still wander the wasteland succumb to the very rot they unleash.
Okay.
One of the more difficult and intimidating areas I traverse through. The remnants of a great war long past are scattered everywhere.
Alright, just like maybe 2 more shots here in Caelid. What's going on, Danny? You do be keeping me awake. You do be keeping me company, that's for sure. We like the company. What time is it? 10:37. 10:37 right now. Wasn't there a like one of those like monuments scattered around here talking about like the Great War that happened here? I could have sworn I read something about that. I don't quite remember where that was. You guys know what I'm talking about? Why do I have the feeling that it was like on this side of the map somewhere? When we're talking about the difficulty, we can go to Dragon Barrow too. Yeah, there was like a big sword somewhere, right? I don't remember where that was. Oh, I like that red background. I'm gonna freeze the weather right now. I like this background. Let me freeze the weather. Freeze the time of day. Now over here, it just be raining. Lots of rain. Should I get a... Maybe I get a shot of the big dragon up there, huh? I don't know if it was quicker to come back from or come from the backside over here. Let's see. Am I in the right place? Ah, Port for Rot. That's what I was thinking of. If you can tell me where that sword monument is, that would be sick. That would actually be very sick. Now that dragon... That dragon was just down yonder way. I might actually have... Episode 2. No, episode 4 is when we went to Caelid. Or was it episode 3? Here we did a bunch of Eternal Cities. Okay, episode 3. Caelid. Yes. Yes? Yes. I'm going to use this. Yeah, I'm gonna use this scene right here. We're gonna use this scene.
I rot, and for myself, one of the more difficult and intimidating areas I traverse through.
Oh, I don't like that guy spazzing out in the
Difficult
background.
and intimidating areas. One of the more difficult and intimidating.
I didn't really
One of the
capture.
more difficult and intimidating areas I traverse through. One of the more difficult and intimidating areas.
We're not going to use that shot. We're just going to get our own shot. Near the smoldering church. Okay. Okay. We'll keep that in mind. Where am I going? Dragon. Big dragon. Was the is that dragon dead? Okay, I think that dragon might actually be dead. Was the dragon not technically supposed to be right around here? I think that's what happened. Okay, the modded file has deemed this dragon dead, but I might be able to. Was this the elder dragon, guys? All right, you guys ready for some magic? We'll see if this works over here. See if this works. Perhaps I need to rest. Oh, is it in Limgrave? Oh, so it was like right at the entrance, right? The smoldering church is over there. Okay, very good. Beautiful. Did you guys see that dragon? Was there not a big dragon over there that just kind of poofed away? Am I crazy? Also, what's going on, AJ? Yo, is that dragon wigging out right now? What's going on? I'm running into an invisible wall. Is this where the dragon's supposed to be? I think the dragon was literally laying here. I think it's not rendering on the screen. I can't go this way. I think I'm running into the dragon. I think technically the dragon is supposed to be here. Okay, the dragon ain't here. Dragon is gone. I tried to respawn the dragon back in. Didn't quite work out. Elder dragon, I think that's what it was. That's the elder dragon. There's a ghost of the elder dragon around here. Okay, I will deem the elder dragon dead. Dead elder dragon. So it stops bugging out my game. Okay. I wanted to get a picture, a little shot of that real quick. But maybe we just get like a shot of these dragons chilling by the pool, you know? Yeah, that dragon is having some issues over there. Okay, we're just gonna do, just for reference, the Smoldering Church talks about Godfrey. The one on the west coast talks about the Battle of Aeonia. Yeah, that's the one I want, the Battle of Aeonia.
One of the more. It's a myself. One of the more.
Oh boy, these guys are bugging out. Using this as your ASMR for bed. Love Elden Ring. Great work. Thank you. You ready for some more ASMR? That's my ASMR. That's my ASMR right there. Well, this is a good shot. This is a good shot. This is a good shot. Hide my face. Okay, let's maybe get one more, but that one seemed pretty usable there. Do it from this side. Just want very light camera movement here, I think. Very light camera movement. Okay, I think we're chilling. I think we are chilling. I'm going to now, let's go to the Grace on the west coast and head a little northwest from there. Right. This one? And we're gonna head a little northwest. We're going northwest. Also here, I can, just for the sake of that. Oh, west coast of the Rot Swamp. And head a little northwest from there. Oh, the highway. Is it around here? I could have. Yeah, this is bringing back some memories. I feel like it was around there. Let's see. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Very good. This is beautiful. Okay. Perfect. Very good. We like that. All right, let me just toss this in here first, real quick. Which one do I want to use? It's a very short one. I think we use this one.
Side.
This one very. Let's just use that one. Why not? That one seems chill. Got a little bit of rain. We like the rain.
The height of the Golden Order's power.
Okay, we're just gonna take it from about there.
And for myself, one of the more difficult and intimidating areas I traverse through. The remnants I traverse through.
Yeah, I think that's chillin'. Let's see, what do we have here? I just wanted to get a nice little something going on over here. What if we get it through? Oh, we get the bones in the foreground? Wait, hold on. We like having the bones in the foreground. A little bit of bones. Yeah, a little bit of bones in the foreground here. We'll just do... My face is on here again. We're going to remove the face. Manually removing my face. Okay, very good. We're just going to do a nice little... We're just going to do a nice little pan upwards. A slight little pan upwards here. A little off-center for some creativity, you know? Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's good. Now, I said if I want to, I can go back and reshoot things. There definitely is a better way that if I really tried to plan it, I can have the scenes flow better into each other, kind of like what I did in some of the shadow ones.
The full
But
history, you can feel that this place was once for this timeline. Lanedell, the enormous.
okay, we're gonna start about here. Gonna keep that chilling. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Explanations. Instead, the world itself becomes the narrator. Caelid is a great example. It's a harsh land scarred by rot, and for myself, one of the more difficult and intimidating areas I traverse through. The remnants of a great war long past are scattered everywhere. Fiery ruins, pools of scarlet rot, swords and standards embedded into the earth, and soldiers who still wander the wasteland, succumb to the very rot they unleashed.
What's going on, Jack? Yeah, this is my capstone Elden Ring video. This is my capstone Elden Ring video, where the normal video series kind of took you step by step through the journey. This one is just taking a look from a different perspective at the game as a whole, from like a game perspective, the systems, the combat, the level design, the story, all centered around the difficulty, the theme of Elden Ring, the difficulty of Elden Ring. The next section we're going into here, guys, is the mountaintops of the giants. We're gonna go in here. Now, I think from here,
To the very rot they unleashed. In a frigid land where a mighty flame lies dormant, the mountain headed into the earth, and mighty flame lies.
I think
Strewn with large frozen corpses.
We're gonna dissolve this into here. So one of the reasons why these edits take so long sometimes is I'm trying to audio balance the tracks, because you can see that. Well, if you look at the waveform really closely, or just listen to it, you can tell that it swells here, right?
Mighty flame lies dormant. The mountain tops at the giant.
So oftentimes I'm going in and manually kind of reducing the volume in certain spots.
Lies dormant. The mountain.
Okay, so we're talking about the mountaintops of the giants. Wasn't there was, okay. You enjoyed the whole series, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, that means a lot to me. Also Galator or anyone else, there was another similar monument here, I believe, talking about the war against the giants. No idea where it is. Maybe we use that, but just an idea.
Unleashed. In a frigid land where a mighty flame lies dormant, the mountain tops at the giants is strewn with large frozen corpses. Aftermath of a war waged. In a frigid land where a mighty flame lies dormant.
Okay, this time I'll bust out my camera path thing. I kind of want to do a camera path. So this is 2937.
Large frozen corpses.
We'll call it a 12-second camera path or so. Let's think about what we want to do here. If we go from the top. It's at the church, okay. Add funny faces frames. What do you mean by that? Of my face? Is that what you're saying? We'll just start from down here. I think we start from down here. I like this. We're gonna start from down here, and we're just gonna do a nice, we're gonna plan something out. We're gonna start panning. We're gonna go from left to right. So I'm using this tool. Okay, you guys can't see it because I have it on my second screen. But right now, my plan is to create a camera path. I think I can just leave this here and it'll be fine. So I'm gonna start a camera path. And it's taking into account my position. Why that guy froze. That doesn't make me feel good. So we're gonna make a camera path. Okay, so yeah, he's wigging out over there. I'm going to place myself a little bit closer. Here's another little mod that I use sometimes if I need to. I'm gonna make myself invisible with a certain mod that I have. I'm gonna put this on. 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 And now, Kev is invisible. Where did he go? Nowhere to be found. What's going on, Meepo? Okay, northwest from there. The Sentry Torch. The Sentry Torch. Are you talking about the Flame of Ruin, or? I'm just gonna put myself here because this guy likes to freeze. The camera gets a little wonky sometimes. Okay, we're gonna start the path over here. I want to start the path over here. Okay, so we're gonna start it about here. This is a nice little starting spot. So I'm gonna build my camera path. Put my tool over here so you guys can see it. We're gonna slowly come. Just gonna circle and circle around like this. So just so you guys can see what this looks like. If I play it right now, it's gonna move the camera like that. I mean, we could keep encircling around. Maybe we don't make this one complicated. Maybe we just circle the hell around, you know? We're just gonna circle the hell around. Oh, you want me to use the Sentry Torch? Is that what you're saying? Oh, use it to find myself. Yes. Yes, indeed. Indubitably. Yeah, I like something like this. We keep it stupid simple here. We keep it stupid simple right here, right now. This is going to be a 5-second one. We'll just see how it looks. How is it handling the curves? It's handling the curves quite well, I would say. Do I want to ease in? Let's see, constant playback speed. And then I'm just gonna turn. I definitely want. Okay, we'll do an ease in, ease out. We'll make it a 15-second sort of thing here. The finger is bugging out. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off screen. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna hide this. Boom, boom. Recording is commencing. Here we go. We're just grabbing this. Just encircling around the area here. Ignore the skittery units. Creatures hanging around. We're gonna grab that. It's gonna be glorious. It might not seem glorious, but when you have the music playing, it's gonna be glorious. Trust. Just trust.
In a frigid land, Wayne lies dormant, the mountaintop.
So it starts about here. We're gonna do this, and we'll crossfade it into the next little section over here. I think I want to start it about here. We'll crossfade that in like this.
Succumb to the very rot they unleash. Very rot.
Okay, hold on. We didn't want that. Let's do this.
Rot they unleash. Very rot they unleashed. In a frigid land where a mighty flame lies dormant, the mountain tops of the giants is strewn with large, frozen corpses. The aftermath of a war waged in the name of power and dominance. Even before understanding the...
We'll keep it chilling around there. You're pretty glorious. You are glorious. Very glorious.
They unleashed. In a frigid land where a
very
mighty
glorious.
Flame... Even before you can feel that this place was once the stage for something pivotal for this timeline.
I could also grab the lighting of the Flame of Ruin cutscene. Okay, let's find that little monument that we were discussing earlier. Church of Repose, northwest from there. Okay, we're gonna look for that, and then maybe. Yeah, I think we want to include the little flame of ruin. Okay, so we're gonna head up this way. Torrent is not invisible. Okay, so northwest from here is it's a cliff over there. Is that what I'm looking for? Am I looking for that? Am I looking to go down there? Down there brings me... Was it down there? Near the catacombs? I do remember reading it. Oh, wait, no, that's where we just were. It's a great question. Great question, great question. Could have sworn there was like... What if we go southwest? Is there something southwest? I'm looking for a monument. Of sorts. One of those things that you just read in the open world. It was like, here took place a great battle between Godfrey led the charge against the mountain giants or something like that. I don't necessarily have to include, but it came to mind. Oh, is it? Was it up here? No, that's just this dude. Troll's Roar. Torrent, are you okay? If I can't find it, it's all well and good. I don't know if it was somewhere down here. Let me just go. me go down here. Maybe it was like on the lower ground down here or something. Oh shoot. I'm in the actual catacomb right now. Was this the exit? Let's see. Ah, I can't open it from this side. Okay, we're gonna go back and maybe we'll just drop down onto the lower ground and see what's there. There's one by the troll towards the hero's tomb. Okay, we're gonna try to do that. We're just gonna drop ourselves down. Now, I think normally I'm hiding from enemies right now. But normally, though, I think the giants and the like the birds and stuff would be like fighting. Okay, goodbye, Torrent. Good luck, Torrent. Torrent! Ah, down here. Okay, so it looks the exact same as the other one. But this one we can have the giant in the shot as well. Right? Like, what if we just have this giant chilling over here? The abominable giant. And then we got the little flames. Oh, this will be good. This will be good. This will be good. This will be glorious. Now, before I do this, let me go see what the Flame of Ruin cutscene looks like, because I might just rip it from my recording here. Let me open up episode... I call it episode 5. Was it this one? This is Moog shenanigans. So episode 6. It's Volcano Manor shenanigans. So we're looking for timeline 6 over here. Yes, let's bring this over here. And then we should have the cutscene somewhere back here. Yes.
All a moment. Admittedly, I am... Admitted now?
Okay, I was thinking if chat wasn't on the screen, then I could crop it well enough.
Last time, Bara Mazulis. And with the Erd Tree...
Maybe I'll just rip it off YouTube.
Are...
So it's just a nice...
Oh, that's so pretty.
Zooming out
and with
right
the Erd
now.
Tree burned, we find ourselves in a familiar place.
If I was a professional wrestler, what would my entrance music be? That's a great choice. So you're looking for like a serious answer or more like comedic one? Because they could be serious and comedic or comedic, right? Let me get it from over here. Hold on, I'll address your question in a hot second here. Let me just get a nice little. Let me just get a nice little. Okay, I didn't want to do that. Let's just get a nice little. Just kind of doing a little pan out here. And we'll marry that up with. Let me finish this section first real quick. I will address that. Stefana, I don't want that. I want to throw this over here. Get this little giant, this little frost giant just chilling over here. He's having a good time, having a good time.
Few can be found.
Having a great time, some might say, you know?
Power and dominance. Even before aftermath of a war waged in the name of power and dominance. Power and dominance. Even before understanding the full history, you can feel that this
Okay, real quick, what I'm going to do is we'll go to YouTube. Ring Flame of Ruin cutscene. Was that thing called the Flame of Ruin? Am I thinking of something different? Okay, this works. Well, I'm going to rip this guy's little cutscene here real quick. We're just gonna take it from. You know, I never watch Melena's sacrifice, which is something maybe I'll do.
Shall one day meet the road of destined death.
Okay, so
Goodbye.
I want this.
Shall one day meet the road of destined death. Goodbye.
Okay, that should suffice. When you were 13, your entrance music was Sell Your Soul by Hollywood Undead. You'll play Night Rain while I edit in the background. Nice! I probably won't be editing for much longer here. This might be the tail end, but I feel like we've done some good work. And to answer your question, well, let me rephrase your question into something that
Place was once the stage.
I've thought of before. Okay, so I'm gonna hide this guy's.
Place was once the stage.
We're gonna cut right into
Feel
that.
that this place was once the stage. That this place was once the stage for something pivotal for this timeline. Place was once the stage for something pivotal for this timeline. For some place was once the stage. Even before understanding the full history, you can feel that this place was
We're gonna loop it back into here.
once the stage for something pivotal. Feel that this place was once the stage.
Yeah. So that's something I have to do, right? So this track has like some dead space right here, and I could bump the volume up here. Maybe I want it to play, right?
Staying pivotal for this enormous capital for all that was.
Like maybe I want that part, but I don't necessarily want that. I'm just gonna take the part where it swells up again and we're just gonna loop it together.
That this place was once the stage.
And that looped pretty well right there.
This was once the stage.
That's actually a nice loop. I kind of have an eye for it because I've been doing it for a long time and some prior experience, but kind of get an eye for like, I want to cut here and then merge it together here.
You can feel that
it's all about being on beat, or just, you know, you have the cadence of the song.
This
Anyway,
place was once the stage for something pivotal for this timeline. Something pivotal.
I'm going to reduce the gaps right here just to save on space because I don't want Melena's subtitles to show.
For this timeline.
Can also...
Lanedale, the enormous capital for all that was once.
Okay. Yeah, it has his watermark. That's why we hide the watermark. It's hidden. It's gone. Nowhere to be found. How did you get into video editing? Your kids are choosing subjects for GCSES. I don't know what that is. Video games and content creation. I mean, I got into it because okay. that could be a very long story, but the gist of it is I was definitely a consumer of like, still am, of like Twitch and YouTube and stuff. And I always thought it would be cool to try it, and that's really what it is, right? When you're find interest in something, or have, you know, if you have an inkling like maybe I'll be interested in this or this or this, the important thing is to just do it, right? I think a lot of people think about like, oh, it'd be cool to do this or try this and try this, but they never, maybe they read up on it and they look up guides or whatever, right? But they never actually just do it. So that's the first thing. I just decided to do it. That's how did I get into it? I just decided to do it one day and I liked doing it. So I kept doing it, you know? That's the end of high school major exams. Also, the bad trip, to answer your question, I was going to answer your question in a roundabout way. I have a adjacent question where if I was a Major League Baseball player, what would my walk-up song be? You know, I imagine I'm playing for the San Francisco Giants. My walk-up song would be, this would make sense if I was playing for the Giants or anywhere, but this is a Bay Area thing. It would be this song right here. Andre Nicotina, 8 miles from the city of dope. Now, if I was a wrestler, I don't know. Maybe this? I don't know. Maybe we go something like more rock. Maybe we do something like this. It'd be really cool if you could use the flame of frenzy to burn the Tree. Then after you cleanse yourself with Michelangelo, Melina comes back and rejoins you. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a Melina reunion of some sort, but she did make it very clear: if you do this, I will like never speak to you again, and then also possibly like kill you, depending on what you decide to do with it. But yeah. But also part of it, Hannah, too, is like it for me, this is when I'm talking about video editing, it's a marrying of two different things. Something that I enjoy, but also something that like I want to do, right? Which kind of they go hand in hand, but like I'll put it this way, I've been making videos for like 5, 6, whatever years, right? And no matter how many people watch the video, which for the long time was like no one, right? No matter what kind of reception it got, whatever, right? I still made videos because it's something that I wanted to do. So even when there are days where it's like, I don't feel like editing, I don't like feel like doing the thing right now, I still do the thing, right? It's like you know, going to the gym or trying to get healthy, right? There are days where you don't want to go to the gym. Sure, take a day off or two, right? But it still has to be a part of like your daily routine if you really want to achieve the thing, right? So what's going on, you fool? Chop suey for wrestling, System of Down. that could be one there, yeah. With the Shawn Michaels vibes, right? A little chin music there. You must be thinking of different Shawn Michaels. What are different Shawn Michaels vibes? What kind of Shawn Michaels vibes are you thinking of? Because I'll tell you this much, Hannah. If your students, if some of your students decide to get into like video editing because they want to play video games or whatever and make or be, you know, go on social media and make content. By the way, I hate the term content creation. It makes me cringe for some reason. Yeah, some of your students might try it, right? But here's what's going to happen to a majority of them. Tell them this. This is what's going to happen. And you have to decide at that moment if it's something that you really want to do or not. They're going to make some TikToks. They might stream. They might make like some YouTube videos. And maybe they'll do it for like a month, like a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, right? They'll put out a couple videos over there, here and there. They'll make some TikToks. They'll do all that. And then they're going to sit there thinking, wait, I haven't gone viral. I haven't blown up yet. It's not working. And then they quit. So it's going to happen. I'll tell you that much. Did your message get filtered? I don't know if I can unfilter my tools that I have here. Let's see. Oh, it's Sexy Boy theme. That got... Also, I'll answer your music question. Yeah, I did burn that bridge, literally. I might beg you for a video about that at some point. I mean, in the future, I could make my guide to content creation, but I don't think there's much demand for that right now. Watch this one. Watch this video. send your kids the. Well, it's a long watch. I guess here's the thing: your kids are probably. What are your kids' attention spans like? Because they can watch it. There's like a million videos on YouTube about how to like become a content creator. By the way, it sounds so cringe when I say it, but a lot of 99% of them are going to tell you the same thing. They're going to be like, this is how you beat the algorithm, and then you have to market yourself and network and stuff, and then you need the perfect title and the thumbnail. Make sure you have retention in your. None of that shit matters. It honestly doesn't matter. What does matter is finding something that differentiates you from other people and making something good. That's ultimately what it matters. A lot of my thoughts can be surmised in
Hello, and welcome to
this 1 hour and 39-minute video by this guy named Doug. Send them this one. This is from my opinion. It's probably not what they want to hear, but this is what I believe when it comes to it. So, to answer your question, Noble Knight Adventures. Oh yeah, I don't know what's on this feed over here. There's not much on this feed. I actually watch YouTube on my other YouTube channel, my original channel. That's where my algorithm is like established. Here it's just they're giving me Elden Ring because we were watching Elden Ring. But to answer Hannah's question of what I like to listen to, I like to listen to a whole bunch of stuff. I was definitely for a majority of my life a big hip hop and rap guy. But with things like Spotify, now I can listen to a whole bunch of shit. What I like to do is make playlists for like the month or every couple months make a playlist of just stuff that I have on rotation. So this is the most recent one that I've had on rotation here that I just, this is my go-to. I'm at the gym or I'm just out. I'll just play stuff from this, put it on shuffle. So we got everything from here from Night Ranger, Sister Christian. I heard this from a South Park episode, and I was like, you know what? I rock with it, right? You got some stuff over here, right? To Whitney Houston here. We got some Whitney Houston, right? Fun fact: this song, I used to listen to this song, but it was a cover of this song, "Call You Tonight" by Whitney Houston. But I used to listen to this song a lot in high school. And the cover was from Jonta Austin, but he doesn't. I think that was his name, but he doesn't have it on Spotify because it's a Whitney Houston song. Anyway, stuff like that, and then I got some like Jid right here, Steady. And then I right now I've been in a phase. I'm in a phase of listening to like either stuff from like high school, so something like this, but lately to get even I've been listening to like late 90s early 2000s pop, like stuff from my childhood. We got freaking we got some of this. We got some of that. We got some like old Britney Spears here to some Michelle Branch. I've been listening to this. This brings me back. This one brings me back. Yeah. That one brings me back. That one definitely brings me back. Oh, we got and then it goes from that to some Cameron right here, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff. I listen to a lot of Kanye West. I love like graduation Kanye West type stuff. I love all sorts of hip hop and rap. I definitely love me some like jazzy type of sampling type of hip hop type stuff, as well, whole bunch of stuff. And then of course like a bunch of stuff from like my time in high school again, right? We got some Kid Cudi. Some Kid Cudi. That was pretty big for me in high school, whole bunch of stuff. Oh, here's the old whole bunch of old stuff here, Yeah, Doug Doug's a big creator, but he has his video kind of surmises like my thoughts about making content. He's basically saying like what you need to succeed is to, you know, you have to stand out. How do you stand out? You take your strengths and your interests and you marry them together to create something different. He uses a food analogy where it's like if you're trying to open a restaurant in a food court and there's a bunch of burger places and you're trying to open up your own burger place, like why would someone go to your burger place when they can just go to the other burger place unless you put like an interesting spin on your burger? This was an old high school song right here. Me and my friend used to listen to this one. Some flies. Yeah, this was a. Yeah, that was an old one. Got some heart in here. You know, there's a whole bunch of stuff. A little bit more underground or unknown hip hop and rap. You know. I don't know if that's too loud for you guys, by the way. I'm sorry if that's hurting your ears. I think we're at the tail end where we're just kind of chilling right now. It is getting a little bit late, huh? You sent a video on Discord that you'll find hilarious. Okay, I'll make sure I check that out. Did I check it out right now? I don't have Discord open. But yeah, this is my July playlist. So the last two playlists I've got was July 2025 and January 2026. But we got, you know, your classics. You know. Yeah, I don't doubt that you listen to like some screamy stuff. I don't listen to a lot of screamy stuff. TBH. Well, what's the most screamy thing I have over here right now? Maybe this? It's definitely more like pop-ish. You know? Yeah, there's a lot of old stuff that I got here. Some new stuff, some old stuff. My hip hop stuff, you know, Lupe Fiasco. There's a lot of old stuff. This was like my pop phase over here. But yeah. If you were to go back in time, 2021, most played songs. There's like, okay, there's some like Def Leppard over there. Some hip hop, some Rubber Band Man, some Prince. I got some K-pop. There's some K-pop and J-pop and J-hop and K-hop, Korean and Japanese pop and hip hop, all around here, somewhere around here too as well. You know, here's a little Korean. Like I have no idea what he's saying, but I like it. You know what I mean? I haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters. I know what it is. I haven't watched it. My friend's daughter, I know she loves that. Yeah, in 2020, I was listening to a lot of like K-pop, K-hop type stuff. It would seem around here. You know, 2019. Oh, we got some. I have a playlist of like anime songs or songs that I. Oh, here's like a little J-hop. But yeah. Nancy Wilson was sick in the These Dreams recording. Can't redo it live. These Dreams. Here's some Mac Dre. You guys know Mac Dre? You guys know Mac Dre? You got Mac. You guys know Mac Dre over there, Hannah? Does anyone else know Mac Dre? Anyway, guys, I think this was a pretty productive session here.
Gonna give you long open world itself because it was more of a Delays castles, other areas.
We can watch what we have. We can watch what we have right now.
So color me not surprised when I discovered that Elden
Up.
just apply to castles and dungeons.
Replay that.
So color me not surprised when I discovered that Elden Ring's verticality doesn't just apply to castles and dungeons. It applies to the open world itself, because hidden across the lands between are a shit ton of underground zones and secret areas filled with, you guessed it, more vertical space. After finishing Liurnia, I thought my next stop was going to be Caelid. Then I found this random ass well elevator, and I spent the next hours playing out my Hunter x Hunter fantasies fighting big ass ants in this underground realm. But regardless if an area is above or below ground, what I enjoy about Elden Ring's zones is their ability to establish tone and tell stories without saying much at all. Environmental storytelling is essential for a game like this because Elden Ring isn't gonna give you long exposition or clear explanations. Instead, the world itself becomes the narrator. Caelid is a great example. It's a harsh land scarred by rot, and for myself, one of the more difficult and intimidating areas I traverse through. The remnants of a great war long past are scattered everywhere. Fiery ruins, pools of scarlet rot, swords and standards embedded into the earth, and soldiers who still wander the wasteland, succumb to the very rot they unleashed. In a frigid land where a mighty flame lies dormant, the mountaintops of the giants is strewn with large, frozen corpses. The aftermath of a war waged in the name of power and dominance. Even before understanding the full history, you can feel that this place was once the stage for something pivotal for this timeline. Lanedell
Yeah, I think that came out quite nice. There's no fancy edits over here, just a lot of
is
B-roll, some B-roll type stuff, but overall, you know what I mean? Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all, I would say. Pretty good, not too bad. You like that. Copyright. I'm gonna sue you. I use a mod. I have a mod that I paid for. Someone made a mod. That's a good mod. I don't know if there's any free ones, but this one's from Otis. Otis underscore INIF or something. But yeah, so this mod allows me to, first of all, I can disable the HUD, which is great. The hell is this? Well, okay. But yeah, and then I can create a camera. Okay, here, this might be easier if I can see my actual body here. But yeah, I can make I can zoom out, I can zoom in, I can move in and out of the world with this camera mod. Also, it looks like Vare is gone now. But yeah. Oh, Vare's not here because I talked to the fingers. That's what it is, yeah. And you can make camera paths. So a lot of it I'm just kind of manually panning around. I use a controller to make it easier, because it's a little bit easier than keyboard to just get some smooth pans. We can hide the HUD there. But then you can also make camera paths, which look something like. I don't know if I can find it.
for me as an I explored, sometimes walking away. But for real, it's an interesting lesson indeed.
You make camera
Progression
pads
doesn't
that
have to mean
move like that.
overcoming the thing directly in front of you, at least in Elden Ring.
Or maybe this is a better example. These are like some camera paths, like, so I'm not controlling it with the controller. I set the path with the controller, and then it goes out and records
The
it.
beginning of a new adventure.
So like
One
this
that would
this
see
section
us
right here.
cast into an unknown realm to follow the footsteps of a lost demigod. It is here.
Like that was like this is just like pure camera
the
pathing.
beginning of a new adventure
with the flowers
One that
and
would
stuff.
See us cast into an unknown realm to follow the footsteps of a lost
So.
demigod.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of other mods out there. I'm just running the camera mod and then the Hexington cheat engine, which allows me to hide from enemies. So this tree sentinel you don't see me right now. So I can stay here and I can video him if I want, and he won't get angry at me. I think I also have the one shot, one kill mod. Oh yeah, he dead. One shot, one kill mod. just in case I just need to quickly, wipe the floor with someone. But don't worry, because even if you kill someone and you don't want them to be dead, you can always we can always do this. We can always find the tree sentinel here in my little cheat engine, which looks like this. And then I can go ahead and I'm going to change him to alive. Maybe rest? Maybe we rest. I don't want to be in camera mode. My HUD's gone. Maybe we just rest real quick. Will he return? Let's see. Oh, now he's back. Look at that. Now he's back. Like nothing ever happened. So yeah. Okay, guys. That was a fun time. I had a good time. Thanks for keeping me company. I've been working on this edit for quite a while now. We're over the 40-hour mark for sure. And I'd say we're getting closer and closer to completion with every hour here. Yeah, there's a lot of fun and cool stuff you can do with the mods. I am not doing anything super crazy with them, but yeah, you can definitely do some creative stuff with them. But yeah, guys. Hopefully we get this out somewhat soon-ish. Probably sometime next week. My original idea was to have this ready for this weekend, but it's not going to be ready this weekend, that's for sure. So sometime next week, I think is the plan. What sorcery is this? Yeah. Gold halberd farm, yeah. Yeah, I'll check it out after this Gallet tour. Yeah, that's one of the things. Typically, these mods are a PC focused sort of thing for across your games. There's a lot more customization that you can do on PC when it comes to modding your games, so. Okay, here's my plan. I'm going to render this out so I can perhaps rewatch it tonight or something. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it. It was a fun time. It was the best of times and the worst of times. This is hidden. It's not playing anymore. But that's a little bit of insight into my editing process. I hope you got something out of that, maybe. But I will be going to bed now. So, y'all be having a good night or good morning. Go brush your teeth and all that stuff. We'll come back with some more. Expedition 33 coming up soon-ish, guys, okay? Be on the lookout. It's going to be a great adventure, I'm sure. Y'all have a good night. I'll catch you. I'll catch you next time, okay? All right, bye-bye. See you later. Bye. Bye-bye.